Fake news CNN host says Trump should have faced consequences for J6. Immediately gets humiliated by panelists because they pretend like Trump didn't come out and tell them people to go back. He didn't post on Twitter and immediately be like, y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to relax. This is not the way to go. They act like he never did that. The mainstream media is so disingenuous. That's exactly why no one's watching CNN or MSNBC or ABC or any of these entities any longer, because we know they no longer have the people trust. They're just as they're just as popular as Congress, and we know that Congress approval ratings are horrible. So we're gonna talk a little bit about it, but before we get, and we're gonna play the video, we're gonna play the clip. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this important information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Liberty Daily. This comes from the Daily Caller by way of the Liberty Daily. And they report that criminal defense attorney Arthur Aidala told CNN Newsnight host Abby Phillips Thursday night that there was, quote, no evidence President Trump conspired to cause the January 6, 2021 riot, so-called riot, at the Capitol building, when she argued Trump should have faced consequences. Trump issued a blanket pardon on January 20th to more than 1,500 people convicted of crimes surrounding the storming of the Capitol building during the certification of the electoral votes on January 6, 2021. But what? They're still talking about this, though? This is 2025. The president is back in power, and they still bringing this stuff up. This is all they got. This is all they got because they don't want to cover all the positive things that Trump is actually doing for this country. Adala pointed out to Philip and Pam Hemphill, a January 6 protester who turned against Trump, that Trump's actions did not meet the threshold for acting in concert of conspiracy. She said, do you think he should have faced charges for his role on January 6th? Philip asked, with Adala responding, quote, the president of the United States, him personally? No. Why? Because he doesn't meet the threshold for acting in concert or conspiracy. There was no evidence that there was a real conspiracy under the letter of the law. I mean, don't you think the Democrats would have, if they found any way to charge Trump with conspiracy, they would have done it? You don't think they would have done it? Are you serious? All the games and stuff that they've been playing to try to take down Trump, all the lawfare they've been trying to take him down with, you'd think if they had something on conspiracy, they would have used it. But let's play the clip here. Here we go.
Yeah.
May I say something?
Absolutely.
No, see, Trump lied about the election, right? And he's lying about everything. So what he has to do, he has to keep his narrative going, that the DOJ is weaponized against him. And if you...
It was proven that the DOJ was weaponized against him. Remember, Crossfire Hurricane, which is a fact. They went after Trump. We talk about the PP dossier that was created by Hillary Clinton, and the DOJ went after him with that. The Pfizer stuff when they spied on his campaign. We have actual facts. We have actual documents. We have actual proof that the DOJ did conspire against Trump. So I hate when people talk and they don't know what the hell they're talking about.
They're coming after me, but they're really coming after you.
Well, Pam, having no reflection on you, you have to say the DOJ was weaponized against Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
And you can say the Manhattan DA's office was, and the New York State Attorney General was.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I practice in this area of law.
Facts. You can't say that. We have all the evidence to show. We have all the records. We have the emails. We have everything to show that they conspired against Trump. You can't just make people see. That's the thing with Democrats. They make blanket statements, and it's not based on facts. And we can rebuttal every single statement they have with hard facts. We have the proof. We have the evidence. We have all that stuff. So you can't make statements like this and not back it up because we have the facts on our side.
that case that was brought by Alvin Bragg in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office was the first of its kind in the history of the United States of America. So it has
never, ever been done before. Never, ever been done before where you charge someone for a crime when there was no victim. There was no victim. You know, they said that he bloated his numbers or what have you to try to get the loan. When they asked the bank about it, the bank said they were paid in full. They were happy with the deal. And when you do things like this, you know, you put your estimates out there. You have your own people look at the numbers and you put the numbers out there. And then the bank do their due diligence and they send their people in to look at your assets and they give you a number and then y'all come to an agreement. That's how business is done. That's how you get a loan. And then they try to go after him for that when they know it's bullcrap. And I don't understand why anyone in New York would want to do business. They know it was politically motivated. And in fact, Kathy Hochul pretty much made the point that it was politically motivated because they asked her about what was going on. Do businesses have to worry about what was happening because of what's going on to Trump? And they were like, no. She basically was like, nah, pretty much just a one-off thing. No businesses have to worry about it. Basically, they did this because it was Trump.
They were definitely targeting him. I'm not talking about January 6th. I'm talking about Donald Trump himself. And I think he's got PTSD. You know, it turned out all right for him, but he almost went to jail federally. He almost went to jail statewide. They called his 3 adult children to the stand in the finance case. They took his companies and said, you can't run your companies in the state of New York. So in terms of Donald Trump, the whole system was definitely weaponized against him.
Do you think that he should have faced charges for his role on January 6th?
I disagree.
The president of the United States?
No.
She said, oh, sorry, I'm going to go back. But you heard it. She said, I disagree. You can disagree all you want. Facts are facts. You can disagree with the facts, but we got the facts on our side. This is crazy.
They took his companies and said, you can't run your companies in the state of New York. So in terms of Donald Trump, the whole system was definitely weaponized against him.
Do you think that he should have faced charges for his role on January 6th?
I disagree.
The president of the United States? No.
The now president of the United States?
Him, personally, no.
Why?
Because he doesn't meet the threshold for acting in concert or conspiracy. There was no evidence that there was a real conspiracy under the letter of the law. No.
So you don't think that there should be any accountability for Trump's role in spinning up a complete farcical lie about...
Let it go. Let it go. This happened years ago. Trump was found to not have anything to do with it. Why are y'all still revisiting this? Why are y'all still talking about this?
The election to draw people to the Capitol. He encouraged them. He directly encouraged them to come on that day.
He said peacefully, peacefully, peacefully. He said it. Oh my gosh, man.
He said, it's going to be wild. You don't think there should be any consequences whatsoever for that kind of conduct?
Wow.
Not federal criminal consequences.
So what consequences should they be?
Well, there was. Look, you have Pam, who was a supporter, and that was against him. You have a lot of people who
like
think...
Pam paid the price.
But she said she deserved to pay the price.
Donald Trump was held responsible because Donald Trump was impeached. Now, if there was a criminal case to be made, the Biden administration obviously could have filed charges against Donald Trump.
That's what I was saying.
But it's important.
Don't you remember when Mitch McConnell stood on the Senate floor and said, I'm not going to vote in favor of impeachment because there is a criminal process that should follow.
Yeah, so
he said that.
Yeah, I know. Look, we could play that game all day long, right? Hypocrisy.
I mean, just ridiculous, just ridiculous. New York judge Juan Merchant sentenced Trump on an unconditional discharge January 10th, rendering Trump's May 30th conviction on 34 counts of falsifying business records in a case brought by Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg official. The Colorado Supreme Court decided that Trump was disqualified under the provisions of the 14th Amendment in a 14-3 ruling on December 19, 2023, before being overruled by the Supreme Court in a 9-0. So even the liberal justices voted 9-0 in this decision. Democratic Secretary of State Shanna Bellows of Maine ruled Trump was ineligible for the office of president of the United States, December 28th, 2023, citing the 14th Amendment insurrection clause and the January 6, 2021 riot at the Capitol building. Again, no one was charged with actual insurrection. Special counsel Jack Smith secured a superseding indictment against Trump in August 2024, almost 2 months after the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Trump's claim of immunity in a case stemming from a 2023 indictment secured by Smith over Trump's efforts to challenge the results of the 2020 presidential election. Yet they said they weren't going after this man. I mean, again, this is why the numbers are faltering. No one is watching these idiotic shows because they make stupid statements like this. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.